And we are back at it again with our Planet Nomads. In the last episode, we went ahead and built ourselves the little rover that we're going to be taking around to go hopefully get some more resources and kind of, in a way, finish out the game, because we are actually nearing the limit of really what we can build within the current state of this game. So I think before we actually head out and do all that stuff, I'm going to dedicate like another small episode to just collecting some resources that we're going to need, because we're not going to be in the comfort of our own base where we can kind of have everything on tap, and instead we're going to have to kind of rely on what we can build. So there's a few things I want to build. I want to build some like bandages or like trauma kits, so that way we can kind of have like an emergency, something in case of emergency, like we get attacked or something. I don't think we're going to deal with that too much, but I don't know. Kind of want some adrenaline injections, some thermal injections, and some stim injections, because really we're going to need a lot of this stuff, I feel, if we're going to start going into the more extreme temperatures. I don't think we're going to need a lot, but I think it'd be nice to have, a couple of these at least. And we're also going to need a lot of food and drinks. We already kind of started a little bit, just preparing some drinks and stuff, but we're going to go ahead and finish a lot of that up. We're going to make ourselves some more superfood. We're going to make ourselves another mobile base, and I'm probably going to try to build it out here, so that way I have all the resources that we will need without having to mess up my math again. And then I'm probably going to put it all up in this top container here, and hopefully leave another 6 containers to just anything we can really find while we're out there. And so I think the expedition itself is probably going to take around 2 episodes, just because I kind of want to go a little far. I want to see some new stuff, because I'm kind of tired of dealing with the forest biome and the, what's it called, I guess Arctic biome that we've seen before. Because I've been to those, I've been to the Arctic one and the forest one, and like every playthrough I've been to, because it seems like it's a lot closer. It's just the only problem I see is that we might have to get around like a lake or maybe a small river up here, which is going to be kind of tricky. Thought about maybe building like a, what's it called, bridge across, but I'm not sure yet. And hopefully the vehicle doesn't wreck immediately, because that's going to suck a lot, because we did put quite a bit of little work into that. And that's actually a really big worry of mine, because right now these vehicles are super, I guess, like they're just not well fitted for the type of environment that Planet Nomads has. Because if you look through here, like there's a bunch of trees, there's a bunch of things to run into, and there's also a lot of kind of like Swiss cheese action going on with the way the terrains are generated, where there's just big hills or big holes and caves and stuff like that, which is going to make it pretty difficult to get around, I think. But I think we can get through it. It's just going to be kind of a pain at times, and I don't know. Hopefully everything works well. Right now I'm just kind of running around trying to find some foliage, trying to find some herbs, stuff like that, just to make sure we have enough stuff to purify our water, make ourselves some more food. I guess I could grow it if I really wanted to, but I don't know. So I'm gonna go do this for a little bit, and I will see you guys back in the base. Alright, so I went ahead and started us some superfood, and while I was kind of looking around, I noticed that there was a update. So one of the things that the update did is it changed the way sleeping bags worked, which made them a little bit better. Not as good as the stasis chamber level protection, but it made it a little bit better, because usually before you die, like pretty quickly, I think they added like a field of view slider, so I don't think I can get to it in here. Yeah, you can. So I can get up here, so you can change your field of view now. There's key bindings, there's controller support, and they actually added a new item, which is called a item dispenser. And it's this thing right here, and it actually will it will like wirelessly transmit items to your inventory when you need them. So I think one thing I'm going to do is, since like, I mean, like I thought about like kind of making a series dedicated to covering the updates, but they're really small, so I kind of want to just build this item dispenser to kind of show it off really quick. So I will be right back with that. Alright, so I went ahead and put it onto our container here. It's this little kind of, I guess, hexagon thing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to build something with it. So I'm going to put some plating and some basic frames in here. And you can see that I don't have anything on my inventory. And I also built something for the crafting inventory. And it looks like you have like a range kind of to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to build a ceiling panel. So there's nothing in my inventory. So I can hit that. And see? I don't have anything in here, and it still let me build. And I think that's pretty cool. I think it's a pretty cool addition, because that's one of the things that kind of annoyed me about building a lot of times, is that, you know, you'd sit there and like be out here and you'd be building something, and there'd be stuff crafting, you have to keep going back and forth to build all this stuff. And I think with that item dispenser, it's probably a really strong, I guess, early game kind of build, because I mean it's not that expensive. It's just like plating, I think one plating, one basic frame, and a composite component, which really isn't that hard to get. So if you can just sit there and slap that on a chest, maybe slap it onto a medium 3D printer, like you can kind of counteract your small inventory early on, which is really cool. And if you notice, I built some more superfood, built some more purified water, which I'm probably going to turn into electrolyte water right now as the game freezes, because it is saving. One of the things I'm kind of waiting on right now is these herbs to grow, because actually I'm going to go ahead and just make this 10, because this, if you just build it normally, this will take an hour to do. So I have to sit here and I guess just keep sleeping and sleeping and sleeping until it lets me take them out for us. But it looks like you do have a little, very small radius in which you can build. So like I can't build out here, but I don't know. It's got a little bit of a range to it, and it's nice that they put an icon there to let us know. I don't know how like you'd go about it early on then. But if you wanted to build something big, it'd be kind of annoying. So I guess you just got to keep like kind of building conveyors around everywhere or something. I don't know. Maybe you can strengthen it. Let's try that out, actually. Because now I'm actually extremely curious, and we're getting really sidetracked, but we have to wait for stuff anyway. So what we're going to do is see if this changes to like 2x or something, and we'll let us build further away. So we're going to go ahead. I don't think it'll let us build it like I thought. So now it's 2x. Let's see if you can go further away, because before it stopped us like right here. So let's go. I'm trying to go in such a way that the distance between them isn't, I guess that's just the number. I don't think it adds anything to it. Actually, let's do a little science. Not really science, but so 2 we can build right here. I'll just go up here and take 1 away and see where it stops us, because I'm actually like super curious, and this is just a very simple test. So yeah, it looks like that's just the number of dispensers in your near, I guess in your near field. It doesn't really like increase the range or anything. It'd be nice if it did, but I don't know. I don't really know. Yeah, it doesn't look like you can even build onto it really. So I mean, cool addition. But it doesn't seem like stacking them really does anything. Let's see if our lights are fixed. Nope, still only have one light. I don't really know why I put two. It only lights up one, but I put two. So let's go ahead and go back to the base. I'll go ahead and kind of finish up those herbs. And we will kind of finish up everything we need to build. Ooh, and it looks like we actually kind of glitched out of our bed. So I don't know if that's a new problem or what. Usually that doesn't happen, but I haven't tried it in a while. These things are... Yeah. Okay, so now it's glitching us. Why is it glitching us all the way out here? That's weird. I expected to glitch us outside the... I don't know. These things are really weird. They're really wonky. Let's see how much of this is done. Looks like we just got one remaining, which is actually not that bad. So now... craft 2 more of those. What is going to be the limit on that? Okay, so we need... actually craft 5 of those if we just get enough of fruit. So let's go get more fruit and do that. Alright, so I went ahead and got us 10 electrolyte water and 10 superfood, which is going to hopefully last us a very long time before we're really going to have to notice anything about it. Also, I'm crafting 20 raw meats. I don't want to craft like all my raw meat because I feel like 40 is just kind of overkill. I might just go ahead and throw it all in, and I want to do that just so like we don't ever have to worry about finding food. If it comes down to it, we can focus more on water instead of trying to like craft a bunch of stupid stuff. I think that should be pretty much it. What we need to do. All we need now. I thought about crafting all this stuff. I really don't see that much of a point. Because, I mean... because we have a vehicle. So, I feel like if we're in a dangerous environment, I don't think we should ever get to an environment that's going to be dangerous enough that we are going to need that. So, if you think we do... go ahead and let me know, like in a comment, but I think we should be good because I want to go pretty far. I want to go pretty far south. Let's just see like how much stuff we can get, but I really don't want to go. But if it's going to be a point where like we're going to step out of our vehicle and like burn alive, I really don't want to do that. So I think the last thing I'm going to do is build a little setup for like a stasis chamber and hopefully a like generator and stuff. Alright, so I crafted ourselves a little hidey hole. It's just 2 basic frames and some walls around it. I don't have like a generator or a battery in here because my idea for this is that if we really need power for the stasis chamber, which I don't think we do, we should be able to get it through...
Internal bleeding detected.
Oh shit.
Physical condition critical. Body failure imminent.
Okay, well, I don't really know what happened there. I guess you're not allowed to do that? I think you can sleep outside, so I don't know if our whole, I guess box is necessary, but that's really weird. So I guess you can't put a stasis chamber in the middle of that. I don't know if that's a bug or not. Because I don't know, like I'm not very confident in the stasis chambers. Like they're supposed to be the best thing to really sleep in, but I mean, it seems like every time you get out of them, they kick you into a random place. And that's kind of annoying. So I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so it looks like this time we actually spawned in our drop pod, which is nice. I think what we're going to try to do is not build anything around the stasis chamber because it looks like it deads us hard, which is not very good. Hopefully our stuff is still there. We died twice, so I'm not sure. If we lost all of our upgrades, I will not be happy. So the first thing we're going to do is re-equip all this stuff. Oh, you can... Well, I guess that's a way to get more resources. But I don't really know if we need the thing around the stasis chamber, because I think it protects you from the elements. So I think we're going to do kind of a field test and try that out when we actually start to travel. So I think with that, I think it's about time to call it an episode. In the next episode, we should be taking our rover out and hopefully going somewhere, hopefully south, I think is what I kind of decided on. Also added an item dispenser to this so that when if we have to build like a stasis chamber or anything, we can just kind of plop our resources in here, which I'm going to go ahead and do. And we won't have to really worry about that. The only other thing I really want to build is some batteries, which I'll probably set up before I end the episode. And I think that will pretty much do it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see more of this series, go ahead and give it a like button so I know. If you want to see some more of this, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to do this about every day or so. It's just right now, I think this week's going to be kind of hectic because I work all week this week. But other than that, thank you guys. And thank you for the continued support in this series. I've been getting a lot of really good feedback from it. So I will see you guys later. Peace out.